Vince,
Yes.
we made it, man. Double digits.
That's it, yeah.
Episode at number 10, Clinical Dose. We have another 5 questions. Let's get straight into
Let's
it.
do it. So first one, thoughts on grains of paradise in a fat burner. Do you think it should be in them or replaced due to the spicy taste it gives off? From John.yca from Instagram Q&A.
Yeah, this is quite interesting. I was just briefing over the questions real quick, and I noticed the grains of paradise is the 6 Paradol, which
correct.
we just want to separate real quick from like Capsi Max and Capsiatra, which are also thermogenic ingredients. From my personal opinion, I've really only noticed the spicy taste from the Capsiatra and the Capsi Max.
Yeah.
I don't really get it from the grains of paradise.
I do notice it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, they're different families. One's pepper extract. Grains of paradise tends to come from ginger.
Yes.
So it is kind of a different peppery taste, but I do taste it in some fat burners.
Okay. I haven't. So like for me, I was like, what spicy taste?
Yeah.
That was first and foremost. But perhaps you can elaborate a little bit because you get the spiciness.
Yeah. I mean, grains of paradise is a really good ingredient. One of the newer ones coming out in pretty much every fat burner now. And for good reason. It does help with that BAT conversion. So you burn adipose tissue.
Yes.
Converting your fat cells into that brown adipose cell, then it can be broken down.
Yeah.
And from that is shown to increase daily energy expenditure from that process. So a really good product in terms of increasing metabolic output.
Yep.
And so I believe it should be in there despite the peppery taste. I mean, you have things like your Capsi Max that are going to be probably spicier, that you probably can avoid, and some companies put estrogen or something like that instead. But even then, I think, I mean, you're taking your fat burner to lose fat.
Exactly.
To help lose body fat.
Listen, man, like, you know, at the end of the day, you can have like a nice tasting drink.
Yeah.
Or you can have something that's actually going to get you results.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, there's lots of fat burners on the market that taste amazing, but are not particularly effective.
Yeah.
But, you know, it really comes down to personal preference. Are you willing to give up a little bit of pleasant taste for something that's actually going to get you what you're paying your hard-earned dollars for?
Exactly.
You know, I feel the same way about fat burners, pre-workouts, you know, any of these sorts of supplements that are designed to elicit certain responses. Test boosters is a great one as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to suck it up. Some ingredients are just never going to taste good, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
But it's worth it because they fucking work.
Yeah, especially like test boosters taste probably some of the worst tasting
Test
stuff on the
boosters
market.
are the worst, yeah.
But
for sure.
Yeah, if you need that or want that effect, then you put up with it.
Yeah. Next question.
So what are some of the best books you've read recently, business and mindset related? From Medium Mikey on Instagram Q&A. Medium Mikey actually asked 2, but we'll get to the next one.
It's getting greedy with the questions. It's massive
Ridiculous.
Mikey now, for sure. Vince, mate, what have you read recently?
Probably some of mine would be Mindset by Carol
Dweck?
Yep, that would be one.
Yep.
The Magic of Thinking Big, I can't remember the author. Something Swartz or something.
Yeah.
Quite a good book. Enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And the other one would be Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willem.
Yeah.
Probably my top 3 kind of best ones that I've read.
Extreme Ownership is legit. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Dichotomy of Leadership is quite good as well, which is the sequel to Extreme Ownership. The book that I literally finished last week, Mike, that I thought was, it was that good. I can't remember I think the last time I read a book this quick was probably in law school because I left it to the last minute and had to like speed read that shit. Anyway, this is definitely the fastest I've ever read a book for my own personal development than anything else. It's called Grit by Angela Duckworth. I'm actually going to get you a copy because I think you would really like it.
I think it has to be screen. I was going through my photos the other day. I've actually screenshotted the cover.
There you go. Just absolutely brilliant. Not a business book as such, definitely a mindset related book. Man, brilliant. Next question.
That's it. Done. So starting to do an Instagram purge, what points do you use to determine the value of someone to follow on Instagram or a podcast? And this is from Media Market as well. We just asked through Facebook this time. So
he's getting one from Facebook, one from Instagram. Is there another one from YouTube from Mike? No. Yeah, okay. This is a good question. I mean, I'm probably not the best person to ask this because I don't follow many people anyway.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, listen, I'm much more of, just because of the amount of content creation that we do as a business, and I do a lot of the publishing of that content. So I'm definitely, when it comes to all social media, much more of a creator than a consumer.
Yeah.
I do consume, but I've got like I follow less than 100 people on Instagram. And I guess that kind of prevents me from doing a purge. But the sorts of things that I take into account when I decide to follow somebody on Instagram is value. What value am I getting from consuming this person's content? And that's gonna be different for every person. For somebody, escapism might be of value, or inspiration might be of value, or perhaps somebody's following a pro athlete because they share workout tips and tricks or whatever it is. Yeah. But for me, definitely, the sorts of things that I value on Instagram is like anything that's going to help me develop as a person, anything that's going to help me develop business. From a fitness perspective, I don't follow many people at all. I think I probably follow our sponsored athletes because they're producing valuable content. But for me, that's kind of what I do. Is I'm like, and I guess the same would apply to doing a purge. Is if you're going through the list of people that you follow on Instagram and you're questioning why you follow them, what value are they adding to you when you consume their content? And if you can't answer that question, it's probably time to purge them off.
Yeah, I did this the other day actually, and it was pretty much because
How many did you cull?
Roughly 50 to 100, I think.
God, it's like the real life Vince Hunger Games.
Yeah, pretty much, and it was because I mean, with Instagram, you don't see everyone you follow anyway.
That's right.
But those people who I did unfollow were people who I might have once looked up to or once enjoyed their content and just hadn't seen it anymore, didn't really enjoy it, wasn't looking it up, wasn't missing it pretty much. So there was no value there. The other time I'll tend to unfollow someone is if they affect me in a negative way in terms of mindset related.
Yes, good one.
Which a lot of people on Instagram do, they're just posting so much shit.
Or they just get on Instagram to like rant and spread negativity and just bullshit.
So that'd be a quicker unfollow because I don't need that in my life. So they tend to be the two things that I'll look out for.
And I think the same thing applies to podcasts as well. If once upon a time you subscribed to a podcast, it was adding value to your life for whatever reason, and for whatever reason now it's not, or it's actually detracting value from your life through, broadcasting negativity or things that you just don't find a positive contribution, fuck them off.
Yeah, podcasts that I'll listen to either be valuable on the content or they're humorous.
So, sure. Next question.
Do you advise breaks between having supplements? If so, how long? From Alex29794 from Instagram Q&A.
Do you reckon this question is about like on the scale of a day or on the scale of like months?
I reckon it's between kind of months in terms of like putting pre-workouts in terms of buying one tub before you go to the next one.
Okay.
So between kind of taking a supplement and then restarting that supplement after you finished it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's answer it with that in mind. I think it really depends on the supplement.
Yeah, I agree.
For example, like a protein powder supplement, which really is a food anyway, you're not really going to take. It's food. It's like you're going to take a break from eating.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're fasting, you might. But it really depends on the product. Like those sorts of products, proteins, amino acids, creatine, glutamine, if you supplement with glutamine, vitamins, just off the top of my head. Those are things that, you're really, it's going to be, it's going to have a negative effect if you stop taking them. You'll want to continuously take them over a sustained period of time. The things that you might, quote unquote, cycle or take breaks from are going to be your stimulant-based products. So your pre-workouts, your fat burners, for example, your hormone supplements, definitely, they actually do need to be cycled.
100%.
That's not, I feel like taking a break from it. That's, if you're taking a test booster and an estrogen blocking cycle, you want to do it for maximum 12 weeks and then have a minimum 4 weeks off for resetting receptors. I think those are probably the ones that you either definitely need to have a break from and cycle, or you might choose to have a break from.
Yeah, I agree. And hormone stuff's pretty much your 4 week period, however long they recommend is what I would usually go for. 12 and 4 is kind of what I usually do. Pre-workouts for me is, I don't exactly cycle them, but if they start to have a negative effect, I will. So it's when they have that negative effect on me. And then I'll cut back, kind of take caffeine out of my diet if it is a caffeine, go for a non-stim pre, and do something like that. And it'll be until a point that I feel kind of better.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I can continue using that.
When you say like negative effect, what do you like a lab?
In terms of sometimes if I'm taking a high stim pre-workout for too long, I can find myself kind of, in terms of the adrenal side more so, kind of sleepier throughout the day, getting tired.
Okay.
Fatigue
just,
kind of side.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
Effectively. Yeah.
And then I'll come off, cut my caffeine back.
Yeah.
And that would usually probably about a 4-week period as well. Usually. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to think about it. Last question.
So what are your thoughts on food allergy tests from DJ8311_86 IGQ&A?
Thoughts on food allergy? I've never had one.
Neither have I. I don't have any allergies that I know of.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're allergic to a certain food or having reactions to something, get one. I know there's different blood tests, skin prick tests, and all that kind of stuff you can get done. I mean, essentially, it's an allergy test. I don't see the point of going to get one to see if you have any allergies unless you're eating your food continuously and having an effect.
Yeah, I think it's like after the fact, right? It's kind of like you're consuming a certain type of food and for some reason your body doesn't agree with it, you have reactions, so on and so forth. That's probably going to be the catalyst for going, why am I having this reaction to this food? Perhaps I should get a food allergy test.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think it's going to be something that you're going to do just for shits and giggles to figure out what you can and can't eat. I feel like you're going to have like that feedback happening straight away.
Yeah, it's that feedback loop that you...
I mean, if you're eating foods that are not agreeing with you and you continue to eat foods that are not agreeing with you and you go, oh, maybe I should get a food allergy, there's a problem.
Yeah, or even, I know people like... probably more so skin issues. We'll have like eczema or something like that, and that can be linked to a food. Yeah. So if you have sustained kind of skin issues like that, it could be worth it. Yeah. But you're going to have, in my opinion, some sort of issue that needs following up with.
There was that thing a few years ago now, I don't know if you remember, but where they were doing like blood foods for your blood type.
Okay, yeah, I do remember.
So like you get like, you'd be like A or B or O or whatever your blood type was, and then there was like lists of foods that were better for your blood type. Okay. Remember when that shit was happening?
Yeah, I didn't really read into it. That was a lot of shit, to be honest.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah, but that was kind of like, that was a vibe for a few years, a bunch of years ago. I never...
There's a lot of stuff that comes out in the nutrition side.
Fuck, there is, isn't it? It's never ending. Vince!
That's it.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Clinical Dose. Guys, thank you for tuning into this episode. If you have a question that you'd like us to answer in the next episode of Clinical Dose, you can do a couple of things. You can comment down below on this video on the MassiveJoes YouTube channel, and that's the first place we look, is those comments, so they get preference. Yeah. The second thing you can do, if you are not in the exclusive Team MassiveJoes Facebook group, you need to go and join that group. Link is in the description box down below, and we tend to post in there at the start of each week asking for questions. That's the second place we look. Number 3, you can hop into, it's been mine recently, Joseph Mencel on Instagram, at Joseph Mencel. I tend to post a Clinical Dose question box on Monday morning. Yeah. And you can pop a question in there, and that's the third place we look. And if you're one of the top 5 questions, you get picked for the next episode of Clinical Dose. Guys, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel. Stay up to date with all the latest editions of Clinical Dose and everything else on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn those post notifications on as well on your mobile, your cell phone, and your desktop PC, and then it'll pop up and tell you when there's a new video to check out. Until next week. Vince, where are we coming to and from, man?
MassiveJoes.com.
Stay massive. Thank you for tuning into this video. We hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to check out our latest upload and our recommended video, and be sure to subscribe to the MassiveJoes YouTube channel to stay up to date with all of our latest uploads.